Hey YouTube, how the heck are we all doing? It's Foul Play here and we're back again for some more Pauper action. So today I'm going to be taking a break from the regular build and going to be testing something I think is going to be good into the Fairy Ninja matchup. So this is going to be centered around a combination of both Spider Umbra and Sentinel's Eyes. So Spider Umbra +1/+1 in reach allows us to block their flyers, and Sentinel's Eyes 1/1 Vigilance allows us to attack and block at the same time. Additionally, into counter magic, we will be able to escape it from the graveyard occasionally, which should be pretty good. So a real problem I find with the matchup is we're not able to apply tempo in the early turns because we're developing our mana. That's why I want to go for these sorts of auras so we can counteract all of that. So I did drop the cartouche with knowledge and a ram through to make room for these cards. I'm still keeping the likes of cartouche at 3. I've dropped Rancor to 2, and we've still got our 3 armadillo cloak and mask just because they are quite expensive. So in our sideboard, we have finally removed Nature's Claim, or whatever that instant is, interacts with artifacts, graveyards, enchantments. So we've brought back in a standard bearer. So this will give us something to do in the mirror match, which realistically is pretty important to have a plan for. We've also got Scattershot Archer in there, which is going to be useful for this fairy matchup. Young Wolf for Edict decks, Flaring Pains for Fog decks, Free Wing and Blue Elemental Blast for red deck wins. Okay, so match number 1 here. Won the die roll, dropping this hand. No mana, so we'll go to 5. Opponent is keeping their 7. We'll keep this, ditch creature, and probably Abundant Growth. Keep some semblance of aggression here. Alright, so opponent is a gate deck. Looks like they are a combination of white and black. I'm going to kick it off with Commune, I believe. See what we can find. I guess if we wait like 1 extra turn, we can find a little bit more potentially. Because then we're 1 card deeper, so extra information. I was hoping to get Cartouche, but then we can't even play Cartouche same turn. Yeah, okay, well. GG's opponent. We do draw a Bogle. I'm going to hold off on playing it. Hopefully we can find protection from multicolored. Hopefully we can find what we need. We do not. Alright, well I guess at this rate we just assume our opponent does not have a second Edict, and we just try, and I guess we scoop to another Edict. You should note that they can flash back at 7 mana. Alright, well opponent did actually take a little bit of time to think about their turn, so I guess they just don't have it. We'll slam down and start attacking and try to clock them before they can find it. I guess they can block and buff their guy a little bit, but we'll just kill it. First strike, trample, all the good stuff. Put them to 5. Fingers crossed to fog 1 more turn. And opponent sacks their creature to Deadly Dispute. That was during our end step. Get enough mana to chain his Edict. Well, I guess they're on 5. It's theoretically possible that we can get there maybe. I don't know. Cartouche of Solidarity. Good start. Alright, another Guardian from our opponent into Wellspring, 5 cards in hand, drawing a 6th. We see Rancor, no guy. Opponent plays Squire, attacks, and another Guardian. Alright, no guy. And opponent attacking for a bunch, no guy. Alright, we concede. Alright, so we'll bring in Young Wolf, cutting Rancor and Cloak. Keep this hand, but it's pretty medium. So yeah, our opponents do board in sweepers like Suffocating Fumes, which go and give big minuses to the board. So this makes a lot of sense, right? Alright, opponents on Duress, best target of Abundant Growth. I guess they could take Sentinel's Eyes too, as we're unable to cast it, but we're only 1 card in the grave away from casting. Yep, so they do indeed take the Sentinel's Eyes, and guess we'll play our planes. Abundant Growth on the plains. Draw a card, and we'll play out our other 1/1. Get an attack happening. Here is a Ginger Brute, a Gate. Sure. We find Ancestral Mask. That's pretty good. So I don't see a particularly fantastic way to play around Suffocating Fumes. We'll just go out and on both creatures. That's what they're gearing up to do next turn, right? So we'll up the toughness on our Bogle because I have that pro monocolored creature. We'll go and attack. I guess the best way to play around Suffocating Fumes would be to get Sentinel's Eyes back from the grave onto the Scout, plus up the Bogle's toughness, which we weren't able to do. Okay, and we hit Spider Umbra, so we have a choice. We can play out both our auras, but put the Ash Barons on the battlefield, or we can look to cycle the Ash Barons to start enabling for Sentinel's Eyes. So if we go all in, I think it's an attack for 10, which isn't lethal yet. I think let's cycle. Getting rid of the forest effect there. Play. Should be lethal in the same number of turns. So opponently Deadly Dispute. Dig in. We get our life gain. Opponent's on 9. I guess they just have double Chainer's Edict. Yeah. Unlucky. Maybe we hit a creature. That is a creature. I guess we can go ahead and start upping its toughness as well. Maybe I should play Spider Umbra. There's potential for duress. Alright, opponent Wellspring into Bargain, and looks like we get another turn. Gaining 2 life to note there. Damn. So opponent casts the duress after playing a Swamp from hand and gets there. That's a huge shame. I think... Alright, well, we can attack for 5. Something. If we had duress, that'd be on 4. Sorry, if we played around duress, that would be on 4. So Wellspring. And pro monocolored. Okay, maybe Trample. Fingers crossed here. Find an Armadillo Cloak. That's not an Armadillo Cloak. Alright, Deadly Dispute on the Wellspring. Opponent just has the Chainer's Edict. Sure thing. So we can get double Sentinel's Eyes back from the graveyard. My guess is they've got another Edict. Maybe not yet. Okay. Alrighty, and we failed to find. It's unfortunate. Opponent is at the point where they can start flashing back some of these Chainer's Edicts too, so that doesn't make things easy. Alright, and there's the flashback. Opponent in for 2. Alright, we find Silhana Ledgewalker. Our opponent still has enough mana to flash back all their nonsense. So I guess we go ahead and play Ledgewalker, chuck a Sentinel's Eyes on it to play around Suffocating Fumes. And then this is going to get Chainer's Edict, unfortunately. And maybe we stick another creature in the future, though they've still got 2 in the graveyard. This is pretty foul. Never mind, they just decide to go for Arms of Hadir instead. Alright, well, this one's probably no good. We'll see one more draw, and then I'll likely scoop. Opponent in for 7. Just doesn't get us there, you know? Opponent Flashback Edict. Plays out an egg, attacks, passes. Another guy. Cauldron Familiar. Alright, well, I'm going to scoop at that. Match number 2. We won the die roll. Mulliganing down. Versus Karifs. Alright, I think we can keep the Stitch 1 Ancestral Mask and we should be pretty good. Alright, so keep, ditch a mask, play guy. Turn 2, we have Sentinel's Eyes. Alright, our opponent has informed us that they are currently 4-0. They're not asking for us to drop or anything. Just curious and saying good luck and all of that. Looks like our opponent is a blue-white cat deck, so just going to go ahead, Sentinel's Eyes, attack. Not playing around an edict from blue-white colors. Alright, here's the Squadron Hawk. Opponent finds just the one hawk there. Alright, well that sort of sucks a little bit. We do brick on the mana source. We find Utopia Sprawl, which we can't put onto either of our lands this turn. I think the best thing to do is to just attack for a little bit. Then we'll Utopia Sprawl. I think at this point we sprawl for green and look to mask next turn. Another line would have been play the second hexproof creature, a Sentinel's Eyes on each, and attack with both to sort of get around these Squadron Hawks chump blocking. Brainstorm from the opponent. Attacks from the opponent. Alright, so I have a pretty strong read on my opponent having Counterspell here. I don't really want to lose Ancestral Mask to Counterspell, so let's just attack. We'll play a guy down on the ground. And another guy. Alright, opponent plays out second hawk. And they find one other hawk off of the first one. Alright, well they're still holding up Counterspell, excuse me. Go ahead and Abundant Growth. See if this draws into anything half decent. Well, I really don't want to play into this. I think playing Patient with Mask is correct here. It's just going to offer so much damage if and when we resolve it. Alright, opponent kicks things off by basic land cycling in turn. Hits their land drop. Plays a cat. Plays another cat. Still holding up counter magic. Alright. Well, I guess we'll play out a blocker. Start attacking. Leave the small guys back. Oh, our opponent could actually triple block here. Yeah, that's not too bad from them. I guess we just let that go through. That's pretty good on tempo. We can look to replay. Why is that popped up there? Go away. Second main, we'll look to play out some of these guys. Still just play patiently around that mask, right? Around that counterspell, excuse me. Hopefully we can find a different aura so we can fade counterspell with like maybe an ethereal armor to resolve the mask, and then we're happy. Alright, so that doesn't look so good. Going in on both our guys. Wait, we are unable to cast that. Guess we just attack with one guy. It doesn't feel great trading off like this in the manner that we have been. Alright. Hopefully hit an aura. Fingers crossed. Oh, opponent plays pro monocolored creature. So we were incorrect to go in on the scout there. We find Ledgewalker. Ledgewalker is not too bad. Alright, opponent with the Preordain now. Oh, and they've kept two on the top. They like what they see. Maybe they're shuffling with the Squadron Hawk. Gate on the token, on the on the lifelink token. Alright, so now they can start swinging this life total back a little bit in their favor. Hopefully, we finally find an aura that is going to bait out here. Alright, well, that's just the aura we needed. Let's try for it. That resolves. Okay. Alright, so no need to play around the counterspell, I guess, anymore. We tried the Ethereal Armor Resolve. They actually held it for the mask, though, so got the payoff. At the moment, attacking the way we are, our opponent's cat's a little bit bigger. We can get Sentinel's Eyes back from the graveyard next turn though, and hopefully block it out. We'll take, I suppose, actually maybe chumping with the Bogle is correct there. We'll try and resolve this. Drawing a second Ancestral Mask is just super pogs. Without Counterspell, we will just have the win here. Alright, well this is pro Monty colors, but it can't block. It doesn't have flying, it can't block. Oh, they're going to fog this one. Oh my god, main deck. Alright, well we'll shame concede to that one. Our opponent will be bringing in fog effects if they're not already in the main deck. So bringing in Flaring Pain is wise. So interestingly enough, we could bring in Standard Bearer as an option to nerf our opponent's Ballistic Gate. I'm not sure that's what we want to be doing though. Scattershot Archer is also a consideration. So I think probably Spider Umbra is just going to be fine here to board out for Flaring Pain and Scattershot Archer. Scattershot Archer obviously being good against our opponent's Squadron Hawks. Alright, so we see this hand. We have a creature, but it's a 2-mana creature. We can resolve it. Then we have awkward problems of, like, because we can turn one Commune, find our land, resolve it, but then we don't have toughness, and Squadron Hawk's a bit of a brick wall. We have second Commune to find first strike there. Okay, I think this is a keep. I could definitely see an argument for mulliganing, but I don't want to go down too low on cards. Alright, spin the wheel with Commune. Find a second forest. Alright, second forest it is. Alright, opponent just plays a gate, so we'll run out our guy. Get it past that counter magic. Oh, Standard Bearer, are you kidding me? I guess we can like find Cartouche and Cartouche to get around it all. This is not going to be easy. Goodness. All right. Okay, so we'll attack in. Maybe I should have been playing around Standard Bearer with like a little bit there. I don't know. That's like super annoying that our creature, we have 8 1-mana creatures and we end up with the 2-mana creature hand. Otherwise, we would have just went bonkers. I can't resolve any of my auras. So maybe instead of bringing in the Scattershot Archers, we should be bringing in our Standard Bearers as counterattack for our opponent's stuff. Well, we were winning the race, and now our opponent has the Ballistic Guild Gate, so suddenly they are winning the race, getting that +3/+3 each turn. Oh, Ghostly Hussar. ETB, look at the top 3 cards. Your library, put one of them into your hand, rest on the bottom. You got it. Guess we keep attacking for 1. Hopefully our opponent suicides into our Bogle. Alright, opponent just attacking with the Chunky Monkey there, and yeah, this ain't looking great. Of course, they're playing around their win conditions, going for that 5-0, and we're just going to be giving it to them. Alright, this time it's the kitty cat attacking in. Still no like Cartouche or anything, so that's like super lame. Alright, Drees. GG's. Alright, match number 3, pardon me. Third die roll in a row 1. Let's see if we can actually win a match now. So we mulligan to this hand. Honestly, it looks pretty decent. I might throw 1 Cartouche. Opponent mulls to 6 as well. Basic planes from the opponent. Alright, I do not know what we're versing. Very much not sure what's going on here. But running out of Cartouche Solidarity can't be too bad. Alright, opponent bumps off our Vigilance token with the Javelineers. Plays another Javelineers. Like, absurdly confused as to what our opponent's deck's supposed to do. We'll commune first. Armadillo Cloak looks nice, although we can't cast it this turn. I think we Abundant Growth. Alright. So we'll look for that third mana so we can cast this in a future turn. Maybe we get blown out by Celestial Flare. I don't think that's really main deckable for most decks though. Opponent attacks for 2. Sure. Opponent playing Search Card Captain. Seems a little bit odd. We'll throw down our Rancor. I think just to play like super safe, I want to play the Scout out as well. So no blocks from the opponent. Play out our guy. Alright, an opponent plays War Falcon into Avagan Phalanx. Vigilance 4/4. So I guess it's just a white weenie deck we're versing. No real reason to block here. We hit our land, so Ancestral Mask will give 8. That gives us 12 power. Alright, well let's go ahead and do that. Opponent has to block, although they can block with just a single creature. And Warbird Falcon bites the dust. I don't think we Armadillo Cloak there. I think, yeah, our opponent concedes anyway. I think putting them to 1 with the pressure is good enough. Like, they could amass more 4/4 creatures, right? And then it could be more difficult to deal with. So I don't think the life game was important enough. I don't know. So we just versed a white deck. We know what to expect. Standard Bearer is going to be coming in from me. Probably just board out Ledgewalker. Don't expect much removal creature-wise. And then maybe a Sentinel's Eyes. Classic Pauper no lander. Opponent keeping 7. Alright, we'll keep this one. Ditch the Mask. We're very far away from casting that card. Opponent plays out War Falcon. Alright, Javelineers. Attacks with a guy. Let's see if we got a second main creature. Apparently not. So, Abundant Growth. Trigger. Draw a card. Play out our Sentinel's Eyes. Attack. Standard Bearer obviously does not need to be rushed out into play. If we see our opponent play a Standard Bearer, then we'll be more incentivized to play ours out so we have a creature to enchant. Seems like a weird block. Alright, so opponent, Dawnbringer Cleric, ETB, destroy an enchantment. Can also interact with graveyards or gain 2 life. I'm sort of glad we resolved our auras the way we did there. Play out this one. Play out this one. Play out this one. Attack for a big chunk. Another Dawnbringer would be annoying, losing our Ethereal Armor, but we'll pressure them while we can. So opponent, Core Skyfisher, bouncing the Dawnbringer Cleric. Attacks us for 2. We're 1 card in the graveyard off of casting our Sentinel's Eyes for escape. So we'll attack, play out a Standard Bearer, pass. Not surprisingly, here comes Dawnbringer Cleric. Opponent attacks in for 4. Seems a bit odd. Let's attack for 5. Opponent is forced to block. That'll put them to 2. I guess we could attack with the standard bearer and put them to 1. Alright, so that's a misplay. Opponent's still attacking in? Nope, they just concede. Alright, so easy win on that one. Match 4 versus Watts. We lost the die roll this time. Opponent mulligans to 6. We'll do the same. This is a keep. We'll drop 1 mask because this hand's very top heavy though. Great Furnace. So that looks like we might be versing Diabolic Edict deck here. I don't know if they have any main deck edicts, but I don't want to play into one just in case. It could be just like the red-black burn deck as well, but we'll just pretend that it's the Grixis Affinity deck with Cart Clan Shaman. Alright, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, deals 1 damage to each opponent. So it might even be like a mono white burn deck. Alright, so we'll Utopia Sprawl here. That Utopia Sprawl can go on white as well. We'll play out our Bogle, and then we'll have 1 white mana floating for a future turn. Opponent drops the Experimental Synthesizer. This is fine by me. Just like resolving Armadillo Cloak should win this one for us. Reckless Impulse. Alright. So they shoot off the Reckless Impulse, revealing Fire Blast, Chain Lightning. If they want a Fire Blast, sacking 2 mountains here, I'm absolutely fine by that. Alright, Armadillo Cloak should be GG's. If not now, then when we resolve the mask, for sure. Alright, so Experimental Synthesizer. Finding Mountain. Alright, here comes Chain Lightning as well. And opponent sacks the Fire Blast too. Alright, so all in all, we go to 12. 2 cards left in hand. Like, we should just be fine here. There's no way. Opponent attacks for 1. We're at 12. That's a healthy life total, considering our opponent only has 2 mana this turn. Not like we can get triple lightning bolted and killed or something. Or in that case, quad lightning bolted. Alright, look, Utopia Sprawl. We'll take that as well. Utopia Sprawl. Let's chuck this one on red so that we can maybe start like throwing back a Chain Lightning. It's really incidental, really unlikely to happen, but yeah. Attack for 15. And gaining 14. Yeah, looks pretty good so far. Not surprisingly, our opponent concedes. Looking at the sideboard, there's not a whole lot we want. Free Wing Falcon is probably a bit of an upgrade from Silhana Ledgewalker. So we'll go ahead and do that. Additionally, Blue Elemental Blast might be overboarding. Let's like take out 2 Rancors though and go for it. Why not? Their whole deck is red. Postboard we have to be concerned about like red sweepers. As like a 1 mana deals 1 damage to all creatures. I guess Pyroclasm is also possible, and they've also got like the one from Ixalan at 3 mana that sweeps and deals damage. So a card like Spider Umbra is going to be pretty strong here, and any other aura that gives toughness is also good. It's also a reason why Free Wing Falcon in for Ledgewalker is pretty strong efficiency swap. Alright, opponent keeping a 7. We are not. This one looks pretty good though. We'll keep this. I think maybe we keep Mask here and ditch Spider Umbra. Mask is a lot better for our clock. Turn 1 Chromatic Star from the opponent. Alright, opponent Experimental Synthesizer, finding Galvanic Blast. So, Rebirth, 3/1/1 tokens. Yeah, sure. Finding Utopia Sprawl here is pretty nice as well. We'll lead off on Utopia Sprawl. Suppose that adds white. Free-wing Falcon. Next turn we can lay down a lot of damage with emptying our whole hand. That's pretty good. Alright, opponent with Kessick Flame Breather again. Any other effects? Chain Lightning? Sure. So Pro Red, we get to block one of these for free. Okay, Sentinel's Eyes. That is a huge draw. Huge draw. So Utopia Sprawl for red now. We can potentially get a Chain Lightning in the future. Oh, I have... No, this is fine. I couldn't do all my auras anyway. I thought I locked myself off of double green, which I did, but it doesn't matter. So we'll attack for like 10 unblockable with vigilance and put our opponent on a 2-turn clock. Not bad. Alright, Voldarian Epicure. 1 damage to us. Here comes Lightning Bolt as well, so that's 4 damage to us in total. Puts us to 9. 3 damage on the attack, 1 card in hand, so we can't die this turn. This gives us a free block on the Kessick Flame Breather as well, so we can get that thing off the board. We go to 7, and then we win on Crackback. Not too shabby. Opponent throwing down the Fire Blast, so they can get us close to dead, but not quite dead. We'll go to 2. Spider Umbra, and opponent concedes. Alright, good game. Alright, final match here against Gabik. And we won the die roll. We're going to be keeping our hand as well. This looks pretty decent. On the play. Oh, opponent gets duress, so they can lock us off white by taking our Abundant Growth. I think that's their strongest play. It also helps like Pseudo deny us from digging to like Cartouche's Solidarity, which is going to protect from Diabolic Edict. Interestingly enough, they take the Armadillo Cloak, arguably the worst card for them to take there. Alright, so let's like Abundant Growth here. We'll look for Cartouche. Damn, we don't find Cartouche. I guess we can apply a decent amount of pressure here with Rancor without losing any card advantage to an Edict. Alright, bridge and tapped, passing back to us. We find the Cartouche. It's pretty poggers. Abundant Growth, draw trigger. Alright, we'll attack for 5. Look to play Ledgewalker next turn for even more Edict protection. We might actually be getting there. This is pretty clutch. Really good sequence of draws. Goblin Matron. Oh, wow. We're versing Goblins. Here I was expecting just like an artifact deck, but not quite what our opponent is up to. Alright, we'll attack for 5. I think maybe we leave the forest in hand. Opponent plays out the Prospector. Sacks the Matron. Hello. What's going on here? Putrid Goblin. Sacks that. Persist. First day of class. Whenever a creature is into the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on it against haste until end of turn. Okay, so that negates the persist. Oh, are they comboing off now? Alright, they get infinite red mana. Let's see what they do with it. So with infinite red mana and makeshift munitions, they can just shoot us for 20 damage after persisting this and floating the mana. So GG to our opponent. They pull it back right on the last turn pretty much. Alright, so we're definitely going to want to bring in Young Wolf and Freewind Falcon. I think Blue Elemental Blast is up for debate, but I'm going to leave that in my sideboard for now. Taking out Ledgewalker and Sentinel's Eyes. So we see this Young Wolf hand. It's extremely aggressive. I'd say it's a bit weak to a Diabolic Edict effect. The auras almost make me want to keep it though. It's probably worth mulliganing. Okay, I guess we keep essentially the same hand here. unfortunately. I'm not sure if we can go too much lower. At least this has better mana. It's not an ideal hand though, by any stretch. Maybe we like high roll the Free-Wing Falcon and then like somehow hit white mana too. I don't know. Oh, opponent gets duress, so they can deny our white mana. That's so lame. They take the Ethereal Armor though. Seems questionable. We are drawing hot, or are we drawing hot here? Ancestral Mask, and can't cast anything. Well, we can throw down an Ancestral Mask, but it doesn't really do much. I guess we post-combat an Ancestral Mask. Wow, this like mana draw, this mana flood draw has been absolutely awful. This looks like a horrible hand now. Wow. Just wow. Alright, so Deadly Dispute. Goblin Matron getting Putrid Goblin. They can't cast that this turn. We might get comboed next turn. I guess we'll see. Any help? Yeah, thank you, deck. Thank you for your help. Alright, well, let's like attack in, see if we can take an important creature off the table. I cannot believe how woeful our draws have been this game. Get our guy back. Next level tech. Alright, opponent does a bit of stuff. Persist Goblin out, online. I mean, we find a castable aura, so that's kind of nice, finally. It's attack for 3. Opponent can, like, block and fog the damage, I suppose. Opponent cast Faithless Looting, discarding Skirk Prospector and Flame Wake Invoker. Cycles on Earth. And then they play another Putrid Goblin. Oh lol. Wow, that is just shocking. So opponent, it is obvious our opponent is digging for the combo. It's also obvious that our deck is trolling us here. Really, really horridly. Taking like one of these guys off the table has got to be worth something, right? Trigger the totem armor there. Opponent flashes back Faithless Looting. Ditching the Karkland Shaman. Well, apparently that card does nothing here. Hey, look, we finally find it. It's pretty good. I think we just want to be all out aggressive, really. Opponent can like block for value on the Young Wolves. This clock is a ticking time bomb and we need to apply as much pressure as possible, right? Alright, so the 2 side damage gets through. Opponent sacks a star, plays a second star. Sacks that star, still digging. Plays a Wellspring. Oh my goodness. Are we going to get there? Is that what's going on? Topia Sprawl. Alright, so another all-out attack. We'll keep on trying. No blocks from the opponent. Guess we can add a random color. It doesn't make a huge difference. Red for a potential Chain Lightning maybe, but it seems unlikely with our opponent's deck. Opponent with Skirk Prospector, Mountain, or Great Furnace, pardon me, and passing the turn. Keep on attacking. We'll go for another red. Now we can Chain Lightning. Alright, so opponent plays the Rakdos Bounce Land, pardon me. And looks like maybe we're getting there. They're on 2. There's going to be some awkward blocks here. Cartouche is a good draw. So we can attack all out. Opponent can Persist Goblin here. And then he needs to block with both Skirk Prospectors. It's pretty good. I guess alternatively they can let 1 damage through as they are doing and go to 1. Alright, we just got to fade this 1 turn. Oh, please don't tell me they drew the enchantment. Oh, goodness. Icklor Wellspring now after cycling the star. Cycles on Earth. Alright, and there's the Goblin Matron. Swamp into Goblin Matron. So we do fade for a turn. We do get enough damage to attack wide here. Putrid Goblin. So we get them with the wide damage. Alright, really good. Go to sideboarding. I think maybe on the draw, let's bring in Blue Elemental Blast. The combo seemed really scary there. I'll take out 2 Ancestral Masks. I don't think the damage from it's going to be relevant. I'd prefer the life gain from Armadillo Cloak. Alright, so we see this hand. I think it's pretty medium, but we have access to our colors and Totem Armor, so it's a decent place to start. Opponent probably takes Commune here. Maybe they take the Abundant Growth. Up to them. Abundant Growth, okay. Here comes another Duress. So our hand is, well, we got good protection against Diabolic Edict, but it has been stripped completely bare. Goodbye, Commune. Free-Wing Falcon, a lol. Okay, I guess we play around Suffocating Fumes a little bit. Play out 1 guy to play around Diabolic Edict as well. Seems like the best sequence. Alright, opponent plays and sacks the star. Floating black. Persist Goblin, sure. Draws have not been particularly helpful. No attacks. Alright, there is the mana combo, mostly. They just need to play that card that gives 1/1s to all creatures entering. First day at class. Alright, if they just got the full combo then. Alright, opponent gets to now scry 2, draw a card. Scry 2 to the bottom, that's a good sign. And there's a cycle on Unearth as well. Plays a Wellspring. Alright, 2 cards in hand. Let's go in the direction we want. They're running out of gas, hopefully. Another Icklor Wellspring. Chromatic Star now. Alright. Okay, and they pass the turn back to us. That's not too bad. Don't mind that at all. Guess we just Spider Umbra here so we can attack with all our creatures and get the best clock happening. I might leave Scout back for now. I think also we were under, like, we had no way to kill pressure our opponent. So them going for the full play combo by wasting their first day of class without being guaranteed to draw it, completely unnecessary here. They might actually lose the match off of that. Find another Bogle. All right, let's start things off by attacking. Guess we leave you back. Since he's left back Putrid Goblin. Play out Bogle, pass turn. Alright, opponent finds and plays Icklor Wellspring during their turn. Here comes Goblin Matron as well. Got them to 5. They're very, very low here. Oh, Karklan Shaman. Opponent wants to blow up the board. See if they interact with the Spider Umbra correctly or not. Alright, so they stack it up. They do it 3 times. Guess Diabolic Edict in hand here. They could get us. Let's see. Totem Armor OP by the looks of things. Alright, let's get in there. Alright, Deadly Dispute. Sacking Vault of Whispers. 7 cards in hand. Here comes Goblin Matron. Get Skirk Prospector this time. That's interesting. I wonder what else they have in hand. Alright, Flame Wake Invoker. Skirk Prospector. Sure. 4 cards in hand now. Spider Umbra. Okay, that's pretty good. Attack in the air. No point attacking with the Bogle. With the Scout, pardon me. Alright, and opponent concedes, giving us the 3-2 victory there. Alright, so of course, when we're looking to test something, we don't verse a single of the deck we're wanting to go up against, which is the Ninja Fairy deck. We saw there that Spider Umbra has a little bit of play against Cart Clan Shaman. It depends. I think the way Totem Armor works, if we have 1 Spider Umbra and opponent stacks enough damage onto the stack, once Totem Armor triggers, our creature will die to the second lot of damage. This particular opponent didn't have enough creatures to do that, though, with their Goblin combo build. Overall, I guess the deck did mostly okay. We lost the first 2 games. The first 2, a black deck with main deck Edict, so no real surprises there. Second game to a Celestial Flare main deck into a pretty bad hand in game 2. And I guess Standard Bearer beat us in game 2, right? So maybe there's an argument to have the full playset of Cartouche in the main deck. Maybe we want to cut down on Rancor and go 4 Cartouche, 4 Sentinel's Eyes. Rancor seems really, really strong. We're already trimmed on trample effects with the Armadillo Cloak as well, so it's probably not quite worth that. With this sideboard, I'm really have not been that impressed with Blue Elemental Blast, so I think maybe we can remove it for a 3rd Free Wing Falcon and then maybe a Gut Shot or something. But yeah, overall, deck seems strong, seems reasonably placed. I don't know if we're going to see a 5-0 anytime soon. Just given the nature of Diabolic Edict decks and how strong they are against us. But yeah, it seems like a solid deck, well placed in the format. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. If you're new here, want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Till next time, have a wonderful day. See you then.